What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know? What are you talking about, you know?
What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know?
Okay, it's time for workout number 1. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Stay focused. Okay, it's time for workout number.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 19, 20, 10. Kick. Another kick. 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 I told you I don't bang. You say. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 19, 20, 10. Kick. Another kick. 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 I told you I don't bang.
What's up, y'all? This is a late night boxing talk with your boy Frank. It's a little late, kind of only time I got right now. I'm gonna try to start doing earlier streams. That I do a quick late nighter. Just kind of preview this upcoming fight, something I wanted to do, but I think I'll just do it here. As you can see in the thumbnail, I have possible Zepeda versus Zepeda versus Stevenson fight. I see if you've seen the news, Oscar De La Hoya had made a short or a Instagram post pretty much calling out Shakur Stevenson. So we got that. Let's get to Mexican boxing number 1. Yes, we dominate boxing again. William Zepeda is headlining against Maxi Hughes. It's been kind of a slow week. I went live Sunday, kind of trying to follow up. Damn, Larry List and damn Frank didn't know. Yeah, I didn't really expect to do this. I'm just trying to catch up, man. You know, it's been a long week. Not much going on. Been kind of slow. Ryan's still talking his crazy mess. Canelo Alvarez announced his fight. We got the Zepeda and Hughes. Just a couple other things. You know, the AJ fight has come and gone. People kind of off that. But yeah, I just wanted to preview this fight, see what the boxing heads think about it. See, I mean, it's kind of a smaller fight. Like, it's not like a get everybody excited type of fight. But it's all right. It's all right, man. It's a decent fight. It's pretty much a showcase for William Zepeda. You know, he's getting a lot of steam. He's making a lot of noise. He's in the 135-pound division. What's up, Boxing Kangaroo? So the link is there, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, share. The link is there. Whoever wants to jump on. I'm gonna cover a couple things. I'm gonna cover the Zepeda Hughes fight. The possibility. I think this is a IBF eliminator, if anybody cares. And Oscar made a call out of Shakur. There's Ryan not selling tickets. Tickets are not moving. There's Canelo set for Munguia. There's the AJ aftermath. There's a possible Bud Crawford and Chris Eubanks fight. I haven't really heard much. There's a possible pay-per-view with Davis, Benavidez, Morel, and El Rayo. We got the Thurman Zoo and Rolly Romero, Isaac Cruz coming up in 2 weeks. And then the card before on a Friday night is Valdez and Wilson, Denise Estrada, and a title fight with Yocosta Valle, some bad easies, Raymond Murataya, and Lindolfo Delgado. So just kind of gonna go over some things tonight. Let's get to the comments. Larry Liston, Shakur will never fight William Zepeda. He's gonna take the easiest fights. Zepeda is the most underrated guy at 135. Yes, he is. We all know what time it is. He's making noise. This is a showcase fight for him. I'm gonna get to it. Canelo versus Munguia. Yes, Bud Eubanks is trash. Yeah, 18th Street Vato 2.0. Yo. Mexican number 1. Seeing Pitbull training. Yeah, he's rocking Rolly the fuck out. Yes, I hope so. Larry, listen, I thought Maxi Hughes beat Cambosos 8-4. Didn't think it was competitive. So Hughes was a good win over Kambosos. Well, Zepeda is an extreme volume puncher. Yes, that's why Maxi Hughes is getting this fight. And that's the thing about boxing is crazy is that, people thought Maxi Hughes beat Kambosos. And Kambosos, like, we know he's like Buster Douglas, right? He got lucky against Tio, and all of a sudden he gets undisputed. The whole shebang. And Haney beats him, and people are calling that one of the greatest wins. It's like, come on, we know Kambosos was a C-level fighter. Maxi Hughes exposed him. He didn't get the nod. Now Kambosos is getting the big money fight against Lomachenko, and Hughes has to go through a buzzsaw and Williams Zepeda. So, that's boxing for you, man. Sometimes you gotta rob Paul to pay Peter. 18 feet. That Dominican couple just smoked a crib on the NYC. Really? Any reason? Any news? I'm sure it happens every day. Is there a reason? We don't know the news. I don't watch the news. It's pretty depressing. But, sometimes it's good to keep up. Isaac Bermudez, welcome. Thank you. Murataya, beast, due to secret weapon. He's under, yes. The rumor was that that's why Stevenson retired, because this is going to be his next fight. They said it's announced for July. It's going to be his last fight with ESPN. And the rumor was they were going to try to match him with Raymond Murataya, and that's why he retired. It was a fake retirement. So he's a little bitch, dude. I think he's like the most he's definitely the most overrated fighter of this Crip era. Matone, welcome. Thank you. 509. Shakur won't take that fight. If he does, definitely can't go there doing Jiu-Jitsu BS and run whenever he faces. You know what? He's not going to change. These guys, they're backfoot bitches, and it's not going to change. He knows he can get away with it because of the times that we're living in, That's just, he knows this. If you think he's going to change, you're sadly mistaken. He's going to jab and grab, run. He's going to do whatever he needs to do, and he knows he'll get a favorable decision. I think that's just what we've seen so far. Until it's proven otherwise. Mexican boxing number 12-0 beat him better than Haney. I'm not sure what you meant. Isaac Bermudez, thoughts on Alan Garcia, kid, Kansas upcoming top-ranked fighter, looks strong, good combos. I think I may have seen him, but I'm not gonna front like I remember. There's just so many fighters and so many fights to get to. It's really hard to get to every fighter. But as they make more noise, then we'll talk about them. Like Raymond Murataya is still fighting undercards, but we all know he's a beast. We know he's the real deal. Like Floyd Schofield, that's another name I was gonna get to. He's on the undercard of this week's upcoming fights. So Mexican boxing number 1. Now Williams Zepeda is going to expose Haney's best win more by stopping Maxi Hughes. That's what Mexican boxing. That's why I like you guys, man. All you guys know boxing. That's a great point. I'm glad you made. Hopefully one day you can hop on, man. But yeah, man, like, comment, subscribe, hop on. I dropped the link. Did you see the video shit went viral on Twitter? Which one? Of Oscar calling out Shakira? Oh, you mean the couple thing? Is that? No, I haven't. I try not to see all that stuff, man. It really, mess with your head. Kind of skip some of those things. Like the Ryan shit is kind of bugging me. I kind of take a break on that. That's why I really haven't been on, man. Sometimes, there's not a lot going on, and a lot of it is just like gossip BS. Also, the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, I was going to talk a little bit about how they want it to be a real fight. So, Larry Liston, by the way, don't expect Matias and Zepeda to fight since they train together and share trainers. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Zepeda is a scary ass dude. He threw a division record of punches. JoJo, yes. The guy's he's a human buzzsaw. And Shakira knows this. I don't think he wants any. Now, the rumor is that Zepeda sent Oscar an offer, and they said Zepeda turned it down. Zepeda said he didn't know. Oscar said he didn't want to fight. So there's a lot of he said, she said. It's really hard to see who ducked who. But I don't think Shakur wants any part of William Zepeda. I think he would rather fight Raymond Murataya before Zepeda. But we shall see, man. I think he fights a fucking bum. That's what I think he fights. Shakir and Keyshawn ducking Raymond Murataya. He is ranked higher than Keyshawn for Ring Magazine. Yeah, that's the rumor. That's why he retired. Larry Liston. Raymond Murataya is extremely underrated. I kind of want to see the winner of Loma versus Kambosos. Yeah, that's a hell of a fight, but also another fight that people is not on the radar because it's in May, is that freaking, hold on, I lost my, sorry. What you're talking about, freaking Navarrete is fighting that Baranchik for a title at 135. So my prediction is that it's going to be Navarrete and Loma in the unification later on this year. Raymond Murtaya, he's going to have to wait, man. I don't think Top Rank is eager to get him a title shot just yet. You know what I mean? They definitely don't want to pit Murtaya and Stevenson if they don't have to. That's just knowing boxing, seeing how they move. They're going to try to protect Shakur at all costs. I think they were going to force him, but I think maybe he agreed to re-sign with them, so they're cutting him some slack and going to give him an easy fight to look good against. But we shall see, man. He's under a lot of pressure since that sneaker he put on. I think Murtaya can beat an old Loma. Yeah, Murtaya is a big guy, man. He's a big guy. He punches those combinations. It would be very hard for Loma to get through Murtaya. I think that, like I said, I think they think Loma could beat Navarrete. Like, if Top Ring is looking at it, it looks like Navarrete is the weakest link out of the bunch, especially because he has trouble training. Look how he look against Conceição. They're willing. That's why Stevenson wanted Navarrete. Like, this is, man, you have to understand how this boxing shit works and kind of the angles of how they move these crip fighters, how they move Mexican fighters. Mexican fighters always served up, man. Mexican fighters always food. That's how they can build these guys, because that's how you make a name for yourself off either a Mexican fighter or an older, like longer in the tooth, like Haney, Loma. They used Loma to build Haney, so that's how boxing goes. There you go. Shout out and respect to the medics for teaching Crips. Okay, you guys, I don't know. Maybe I'll look it up. Shakur's the 135 version of Ward. Yeah, they both study each other. They're with that, like, kill the action, smother, jab and grab. You know what they do? They do everything. If Willie and Zepeda goes in there to fight and create action, they are the opposite of that. They go in to kill the action. I don't have Twitter. Okay, you guys are talking about social media. I'm saying this now. Zepeda stops Hughes in 8 or 9. He's on a entirely different level. Zepeda would be Navarrete, Shakur, Loma. Whoa, okay, man, Larry, you're really I was gonna say that. Is Zepeda more Jose Luis Castillo, or is he more Julio Cesar Chavez? He's getting a lot of hype, man. He's come up the tough way through the Mexican rankings. He's fought some tough how would you say, do or die matches. He's gone through the gauntlet, so he's very battle tested, man. But I don't know, man. He could get outboxed. We don't know. We haven't seen him versus a slick African American yet. So, I'm with you. I think he's really good, but we still haven't seen him tested. So that's the mark of the measure, so to speak. Mexican boxing number 1. People from PBC didn't want Oscar at the press conference for the Canelo Jaime fight. Yeah, I heard about that, man. Hopefully someone can get on and elaborate more about what that was about, because I've seen that on social media too. Larry Liston, Ryan Garcia literally have a trauma for the rest of his life with go. Yeah, Ryan Garcia is probably that anti Zepeda, right? And we talk about styles, grit, heart. William Zepeda is one of my favorite Mexican fighters, along with Rafael Espinoza, Bernardo, and Bam. Well, you gave a hell of a list, man. All those guys are coming up. They're trying to get big fights. We gotta see how Top Rank. Well, Bam is fighting Estrada, so he has a hell of a challenge in front of him, man. He has to knock off a legend, and we're talking about a young guy. I mean, Bam is 23, 24, man, and he's already doing it. Bernardo, they're talking about unification. Man, some exciting things. People are even saying, I think, was it you should have Nui Bernardo? Somebody last stream, people were saying Bernardo could beat a Nui. So there's a lot of exciting stuff going on, man, for some of these Mexican fighters. And the reality is they come up the hard way. They go through the gauntlet. They're not protected by these crip fighters, like the crip fighters are. Or not even crip fighters. A lot of fighters are protected, whether in the UK, whether they're, wherever they're at. If they're being managed and they're being invested in to become a star one day, then they're protected. I mean, what a fighter I remember that was protected until he wasn't was, I remember Victor Ortiz. If you guys remember that guy, he was supposed to be a superstar. I was watching last night, Jorge Linares was supposed to be a superstar. and he got exposed coming up. So when you watch boxing long enough, man, it's really hard to get high on guys, especially these prospects before you see them tested. The difference between like the names of Jude Williams, Zepeda, Espinoza, Donato, Bam, Bam too, is they take the tough fights early on. They prove early on what they're about. So they're not afraid of anybody. Versus other guys who come up basically handled with kid gloves. I was watching a video earlier, the Vargas brothers, not Emiliano, he's the superstar, but the other brothers, they're coming up, and you kind of got to wonder, like, what are you doing it for? Like, if you're not going to be a superstar, if you're not going to be the cream of the crop, I don't understand why you're fighting if you don't have to. Like, you're just going to get beat up in there. You're going to get knocked out and embarrassed. I mean, so, you got to come up the tough way. And these guys, I think they're being hand-fed opponents. They're fighting. I don't know if you remember a guy, Gabe Flores. He got exposed coming up. A young Mexican kid out of Fresno or Stockton. He was built up to be a star. And then he got exposed, man. I think it was Donato that beat the shit out of him. So he had to go back to the drawing board. So, yeah, man, it's a fine line between being protected and being matched to where you prove you're in it to win it, or you need to find another career. So Matone Larry, yeah, I see that Zepeda is also a big dude. Yeah, he is, man. He comes to fight. That's the exciting part, man. He's a fan-friendly fighter. Loma will beat Kambosos 10-2, easy work. Kambosos is a one-hit wonder, only TO because he was sick. The only reason Loma, if the Australians rock and give him the W, yeah, you know what that is. But I think he stops Kambosos. Like Kambosos, to me, man, he just, like, when he fought Maxi Hughes, it's like he gave up. Like, his fighting heart, his spirit is not in anymore. He seems like a guy who's wants a few more the last paydays he's gonna earn. Matone, okay, he was saying fuck Hispanics. I may have to see that then. Like Hispanics or Mexicans, I don't know. So they blasted him just for saying that? That's crazy. Sick world, man. Sick world. Gotta be careful out there. That's why I stick to boxing. Family and boxing, and that's a simple life, man. That's the way you stay safe in these streets, man. People are sick out here, bro. They will make you a viral video if you ain't acting right. So stay on your P's and Q's, man. Keep your head on a swivel. Larry, listen, a lot of Australian fighters, I simply cannot stand Bumbosis. That's a good one. I call him Cambo, though. He's only relevant because Haney fans are bringing him up. He's literally LWBC mouth. Yeah, you know what? It's like, look, we know that was such a gimme fight. Like, it just is. And what I hate about boxing is that Haney may never have to fight Tio because they'll say, oh, I beat Kambosos, who beat you. And that's the Floyd Mayweather ducking logic. I beat him, so I don't have to fight you. And it's called triangle theory. And it's just bullshit that we live in this boxing world where they can use that. He won't get outboxed, Frank. Who? Loma? Yeah, no. Loma's gonna piece him up, man. Loma's next level. Even if he is old, Kambosos couldn't fucking clean Loma's gloves. Let's put it that way. Slick boxers who on their back foot often struggle with technical pressure fighters who have high volume. Watch Maidana against AB, and Maidana was just a brawler. He was never A-level. Yeah, man. A lot of times those slick boxers, you know what they keep doing? They always pull back, and that's the most dangerous thing you can do versus a guy who doesn't stop punching. And a lot of times is if they're facing another slick guy, they're both tentative and they both kind of pull back. They're not really there to hurt each other. They're just kind of there to play tag. And they think everybody's like that. When you fight enough fights like that, you're not ready for a beast. When a guy like Zepede comes and you're like, hey, man, they kind of get this kind of like, oh, you're now, my shit don't stink, I can't be touched. And, they hit Zepede, he's not going anywhere, he keeps coming, he doesn't stop, and they just can't stand up to it. I agree, Frank. Mexicans have the toughest career path of anyone in boxing. They have the most B-side champions, which means guys who win the title at the B-side. Yeah, the guys that you mentioned, Bernardo, Ramirez, all beat these A-side fighters in their home, but they were big underdogs. Yeah, Raza is not protected. No, not at all, man. It was self-defense. Okay. Well, I don't know. It's always hard to prove, man. If you do something, you better be 100% sure. That's all I know. And most times in life, it's better just to walk away. That's not being a coward. It's just being smart, man. You know what I mean? And here's why. Most people don't have anything to live for, believe it or not. If someone's starting beef with you, maybe they have a problem, man. It's better just to walk. It's better to go home and eat and have a good meal. Maybe, get your bang on, than end up in a jail cell or end up in a box, or in the hospital with the missing something, Just, unless somebody is attacking you or like, trying to do something to you, it's better just to leave things alone. There's some real sick people out there and they have nothing to live for. I know, you know what I'm saying? So that's how, man, in situations when I hear things like that. Do you think Ryan will go on, or did they bring in Barboza for a reason? Barboza's very limited. Yeah, I think it's just, like I said, man, I think Ryan is just trolling. I think he's selling the fight. But one of the topics was the fight isn't selling. I guess ticket prices are extremely high. Like, I've heard some crazy amount, thousands for 4 seats, nosebleeds being in the $300, $400 range. So they're really trying to milk the public, man. And I just don't think they, his fans are younger fans, and they don't got money like that. They always miss the point of like, yeah, we want the young fans, but young fans don't buy shit. They don't have money. The people you want to sell or the older crowd, the retired guys, they got money. They spend, buy hotels, they buy drugs, they go to Vegas, they buy hookers, they want to have a good time. They watch some boxing, watch people fight. Young people are cheap, When I was, going to fights, I'd get drunk in the parking lot, but now I want to enjoy my fight. I want to get a good dinner. I want to go out, want to gamble, and I want to fight. I plan on spending some money. That's how we roll. I ain't doing no low budget shit. The guy was the aggressor. Yeah. Well, look, man, you have to defend yourself, but a lot of times, there's something that leads up to it. Something you can get away from. And like the guy in question, he probably had nothing to live for. That's what I'm saying, man. When you're faced with somebody that doesn't live for, you're not gonna make it because you're not willing to do what you need to do because you have things to live for, man. You don't want to lose an ear. You don't want to lose a finger. You know what I'm saying? You have things to live for. So anyway, if Haney fights Barboza, that's a BS cherry pick. Jose Ramirez is way more dangerous and established. Barboza got no power at all. Yeah, Barboza is good, but like you're saying, he's basic. A Haney Barboza fight, but I don't even know if Haney would fight Barboza. They were trying to create some beef with AB to make it seem like AB was supposed to come in and take their spot. So there's a lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of stuff going on in these. It's a lot of politics. You kind of got to read through the BS, man. I don't think the Haneys want to just take on Barboza out of nowhere. Barboza's basic, but he's tough, man. He's not an easy night. You know what I mean? Maybe the Haneys look at Ryan as easy work. So I don't think they would be in the last week or 2 weeks before and then say, hey, yeah, we'll take Barboza. It's like, nah, I think they'll find a way out of facing Barboza. Just trust me, man. I don't know. That's what I think. But I could be wrong. It seems that people care even less with the new age type of Illuminati promotion. Next gen aren't going to travel to New York and watch some guy. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, man. I think it works in terms of like views and clicks and social media in that terms. Like, as far as people that spend money, people that spend money don't want to fuck around with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's how you make money, right? In life, if you're caught up in the bullshit, you're probably up in the bullshit. You're not out making a buck. You're not out working hard. So people that work hard, they want to enjoy something. And they don't want to see the damn thing. But you never know, man. It could be a million pay-per-views. But as far as the ticket sales, it's not doing too good because of the bullshit. The younger people, they don't care about that shit, man. They're not putting their money where their mouth is like we do. Like the people that are liking, subscribing, and all that shit to the Ryan Garcia, like they're not. I doubt they have DAZN. I doubt they have, they have subscriptions specifically for boxing like we do. I don't think they've ever heard of Ring Magazine. You know what I mean? So you gotta know. When you fish, you gotta know what bait you put out there, right? The bait you put is what you're gonna get, right? So to speak, or the seed you plant is what you're gonna get. If I'm making sense to you guys, I think Ryan versus Haney fight will fail miserably. No, it's gonna do well, but I think leading up to the fight, it'll sell out. But they're gonna have to lower their ticket prices. Like I said, I think they're They're just not targeting it correctly, or they're expecting different outcome for who they're targeting than what that target audience likes or is willing to spend. You know, because forget what you like. It's all about what you spend, right? It's all about where you put your money, where your mouth is. And those people, they don't. They're social media people. Hopefully Ryan is focused. I think it looks like he's training. He looks in good shape. Look, man, he's a goofball. He's real goofy, man. And I think I was watching a clip earlier. People showed it on social media. Hawker Mustang, salute in the building. Salute. Yes, everybody salute. Thank you. Like, subscribe, comment. I dropped the link. Anybody want to jump in? Doing a late night stream just to kind of preview this fight. So, like I said, with William Zepeda, Maxi Hughes, you got Floyd Schofield, if you guys know who he is, on the undercard, and he's fighting a bum. Floyd Schofield, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Chris B protected. You know, he's fighting Suerto. I don't know who this guy is, but he's probably a bum. Like Floyd Schofield, he talks a lot of shit, and they say he's got talent. Oscar's really hyping him, but I mean, the guy, he's just running his mouth and he's not fighting anybody. You know, he's calling out Shakur Stevenson. He's saying he'll knock out Devin Haney, and then he's fighting these low-level type of fights. So it's like, you know, and then they like to get on here and say how good they are, and it's like, bro, really, honestly, that's why like a guy like Muratai, you never heard of him, because he's not saying much. He knows his position. He knows he's just letting his fist do the talking. Maybe he could speak more and hype himself up more, which is fine. But there's a difference. He's not calling out all the top guys. Now, if they ask him, he's gonna say, "Yeah, man, you know I could fight those guys." But he's not what these Crips do, like clout chasing. Like, yeah, man, I'll fuck him up. I mean, him and his dad are going all on social media. They're on every outlet. They're all these other Crip channels, you know, and they're just running their mouth, bro. It's just what they do. You know what I mean? They're just very loud and obnoxious. But it's not working, bro, because he's not fighting anybody. Like, if you run your mouth, then you gotta back it up. In boxing, it just doesn't work if you run your mouth and you're not fighting the fights. Like Teal, like he runs his mouth, but he's fighting the fights. Same with Ryan, he's fighting the fights. Like, that's where I'll give him credit. He's fighting the fights. He's fighting Tank Davis. He's fighting Devin Haney. Nobody else is doing that. Shakir Twitterson is not doing that. So that was one thing I was gonna say tonight is Ryan, look, we bash him, we trash him, but he's fighting the fights. Now, whatever happens. But he's claiming he's making $50 million for this fight. So salute, man. You know, I'm not gonna. I said, look, man, I'm not gonna hate on Ryan Garcia anymore. I'm not. I'm gonna congratulate him. He did what most people in this position, especially boxing, would kill to do, and that's make a shit ton of money. You know, like guys like Zepeda, they would never eclipse. They will never get close to what Ryan Garcia is making money wise. Like Zepeda has to fight tough fight after tough fight to even get close to half of what Ryan Garcia is making. And at the end of the day, that's what really matters as far as the entertainment of boxing goes, you know, is selling fights. So as boxing fans, does it help us? No, but it's hard to hate on him. When Ryan Garcia came into this boxing game, I think he already knew, like, I want to make the most amount of money that I can make. And now he's living it up. He's talking about it. You know, he's made the most amount of money that he can make, and I think he's happy. So maybe he's ready. He's okay with it. He's gonna lose, and we won't hear from him anymore. He's gonna go into social media sphere. He's gonna be a podcaster. He's gonna be an Instagram model. I don't know, man. The guy's got other plans, but he's in boxing now. But who knows? Maybe he wins. Maybe it's all an act, like I said. And what I pointed out on one of my streams, I said, I guess he's making this attack on Haney and Prime Energy Drink, which the Paul brothers own. And I said, bro, I pointed to that before. I said, bro, watch how he's working with these Paul brothers. It's going to come out later. And what happened? The Jake Paul announces the Mike Tyson fight, and then Ryan's talking shit about him. So, bro, they're all working together. They're all here, like, the behind the scenes saying, oh, bro, I'm going to help you promote. I'm going to help you promote. We're all going to promote. And we're gonna exploit this boxing game. And that's what they're doing. They're just exploiting boxing fans, and boxing fans are more of an older generation. We're not the most, I guess you could say, social media hip crowd, but we're the ones that buy the fights. And I think something Larry mentioned, the ticket sales going slow. And I think they're seeing that. They're saying, wait, why is not everybody buying the tickets? Well, you're not selling to the right fan. But I think it does feel on pay-per-view. That's my little rant about Ryan. But he's still being a goofball, man. He's a goofball. I think he's harmless. He's harmless. He's saying crazy shit, but it's goofy. Like, it's not sinister. It's not evil. It's not, like, sickening. He's just, I don't know, man. He's just like your goofy cousin. Ryan, in honesty, be taking it a box he doesn't represent with his weirdo ass self. Yeah, Matone, he's definitely a weirdo, but he's doing it for a reason, though. He's not insane, bro. I don't want to call him a genius, but he's savvy. He's savvy. He knows what he's doing. Larry, listen, what do you think of Navarrete against that Ukrainian? Yeah, Baranchik or something. You think Navarrete can be 4 division champ? Loma versus Navarrete would be a big fight, man. Yeah, man, I think that's the ultimate end game. If Navarrete can get past that guy. Yeah, the Ukrainian guy, I think he's seen better days. I want to say it was Zepeda who fights like next week. Not William Zepeda, the other Sean Zepeda, who just lost to Hitchinson. He's fighting next week for another payday, even though he looked awful. And that's who Zepeda slept or had a tough fight, like a fight of the year with. So I think that guy's had better days. I think Navarrete will become a champion. Because you got to think about it. This is definitely part of a plan because, you know, he had a tough match against Sensation. And now he's getting another shot. That's boxing, bro. It's like Navarrete possibly lost. Camboso's possibly lost. But look, man, in boxing, as long as you got a name, they're gonna throw you right back in there. Now they're both at big fights, you know. And then yes, at the end of the year, my prediction is the Loma Navarrete unification would be a massive fight, bro. That is a fight fans fight. It's not with these divas. It's not gonna take years to make. They're just gonna get to it, you know, because you know Top Rank loves Loma, and they definitely want him to well, they wanted him to be undisputed when he first fought Tio. You know what I mean? That was his goal, and that's why he fought Haney. So they're definitely, Top Rank has been known to definitely favor Lomachenko. You know, Bob Arum called him a son. So that tells you where he's at with Loma. So the guy loses and comes back right into a title fight against Cambosos, who they know he can beat. So this is boxing, man. You know, when you follow boxing long enough, when you see how it works, you kind of see all the angles. It's rarely about competition, you know. It's rarely about the best versus best. I'm obviously talking about the Ukrainian fighting. Yeah, Barent. Yeah, and then Loma fight after. Yeah, man, that guy. I think it was Zepeda who they had like a fight a few years ago. But I think he's seen better days. I don't know if he's been active. Jack Ripper. Yeah, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Jump in, man. Whoever wants to talk some boxing. You want to talk about the Zepeda fight? You want to talk about Ryan? You want to talk about Canelo? I want to talk about AJ, Crawford, Tank Davis, and Benavidez on the same card. It's been kind of slow week, but we're gonna be ramping up here, man. Got a end of the year Easter weekend. Got a big fight weekend with Oscar Valdez and Keith Thurman. So it's gonna start heating up, man. We'll start being on here more consistently. Let me put this out there. I still hope that Ryan knocks Haney the fuck out. Yes, but if I was even coming to win, they want to market Haney as the next boy, but Haney doesn't have the skills. You know what, man? I think nothing would make me happier in all of boxing so far than if Ryan knocked Haney out. I think I could quit boxing. I could quit following it, talking about it. I could leave with that. You know what I mean? I don't know if it'd ever get any better because they are trying to make him like the next Floyd. And I think that would be like a domino. Because you gotta imagine the way these guys are protected, it works. So they're gonna keep doing it, right? But if Ryan Garcia, who nobody gave a chance, that is crazy, knocks out like this number one crip, you're gonna start to see the dominoes fall. You're gonna see him start to be like, oh shit, we gotta find a new one. And they're gonna be forced to fight tough fights. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it works. But you never know. Not sure. I think Robinson can beat little Lucky Crip Ford. Oh, okay. Raymond Ford. They're talking about Nick Ball. About him facing Nick Ball. He has more volume and more power, but he won't fight Robinson. Trust. 18 Shupato Shakur is Andre Wood 2.0. Yeah, man. They have that awful style. They have a very buzzkill wordy style. Like they're not interested in making an exciting fight because that's their mentality. Their mentality. And when you listen to them talk, is really to stink the joint out. I've heard Haney and I've heard Andre Ward, and you can kind of hear in Stevenson, they they'll tell you, "Oh, I'm looking to neutralize him." What do you mean neutralize? I want to fucking um obliterate him. I want to like nuke him, right? You're speaking a war language when you talk about you want to nullify him. You want to stop what he does best. Well, what you're saying is basically, if it was football terms, you want to hold the ball and run the clock out. Like that's what you're talking about in basketball and football, right? You're not talking about I want to air it out, I want to score, I want to dunk. You know what I'm saying? You want to like literally kill the action. That is their nature. They won't let Haney lose, Frank. If he beats Ryan, he will fight. If he gets guy at 147, Barrios. Yep, I heard that. Remember Boots was supposed to fight Barrios, but they forced some Amanda on him. Yeah, Boots was, yeah, I did. But we don't even know. I guess they're saying he's gonna be on the undercard of Canelo. That's what I'm hearing against Crowley. The reason they won't let him fight Barrios is because they want to say Barrios. Yeah, that could be the play too, man. You know, Larry, you're very savvy. You understand boxing and how it works, bro. I really get that. You kind of see what I see. You see kind of the mechanisms, the maneuvers, and that's like understanding 90% of boxing, bro. I mean, the fights are one thing, right? But it's like, how do you get to these fights? It's just like this, the Zepeda, the thumbnail, Zepeda versus Stevenson. Will we ever get that fight? I mean, these guys, these Crips, they talk a big game. They talk all that yin yang shit, but rarely do they ever bring it to the table. You know, they'll talk about A side, B side, and oh, he don't bring nothing to the table. I mean, they do it with each other. So, would you think they're not gonna do it with a dangerous fighter like Zepeda? But also with top rank, man. If you're top rank, like they're not gonna. If you're top rank, who would you be? I don't think you do that fight because you invested heavily in Stevenson. You want him to be the next Mayweather or whatever. Larry, listen, thanks. Can I try to swim through the BS and find a couple person on the way? The boxing game is extremely shady and cryptic. Yes, it is, man. Because you know what, man? I mean, at the end of the day, man, like as a Payne Stevenson fight, while it may not be massive, it's still big for both guys, for the teams. You know, the teams, the managers, the trainers. Like the winner of that goes on to bigger and better things, and the loser has to start all over. So it is like a Super Bowl for every fight, especially when you're at this high level. Like Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney is like a Super Bowl event. It's a massive fight. You know, Zepede Hughes for Maxi Hughes. This is it. I mean, I don't think he's anything special. I think Zepeda, runs through him. But this is probably a decent payday for him. But at the end of the day, who is Maxi Hughes? You know what I mean? He's not really he's not a measure. He's probably gonna get obliterated. And we're not gonna really see anything. It might be entertaining for 3 or 4 rounds. But I don't see anything special with Maxi Hughes. He's like a kind of a runner, counter puncher. And he struggled with Cambosos. Like they went life and death. Like it was a boring kind of trepid match. But yeah, Maxi Hughes, he probably needs to quit, man. You know, he's definitely what you call a journeyman, you know, a contender. Not even mean a contender, like a step below a contender. I'm hearing rumors from people I know that Shakur is going to fight Matias, and what? In my opinion, that's going to be a fixed fight. Matias will barely throw a punch. Oh, you're hearing rumors. Well, who would you hear the rumor from? You know what I'm saying? I think I posted a link, like, comment, subscribe. Man, that would be at 140 though, right? That'd be super surprising, bro. How are they gonna get Matias though? He has a fight coming up, so that would be a quick turnaround from May to July. We shall see. Imagine a T.O. and Shakur. That'd be crazy. But see, I mean, all these fights, man. I mean, that's the thing about it, man. It's rare that we ever get all these fights that we want. Like the Zepeda, they're saying it, but we don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, good friends of Shakur's team is saying this. The guy I know usually doesn't do this. Okay, I guess Larry Listen is tapped in. Good. Now you think they want Matias? Like, how are they gonna get Matias? He should sign a deal with his own. I mean, unless they offer him a lot of money. I mean, it would have to be a co-promotion, Top Rank to Zone. Does Matias go over to Top Rank? Is it a pay-per-view fight? Like, there's a lot of parts of that. I can't see it happening next. His next fight, or is it part of a deal for sure? Like he's gonna fight kind of a tune-up fight again, get his get his name popping again with a good performance, and then go to Matias. But if that happens next, man, that's probably like top five of the year, just because everybody's hyping Matias so much. But yeah, man, but what Larry is saying, he goes, man, it's probably gonna be fixed. Matias isn't gonna throw a punch. I mean, Matias still knock the tokens out of Shakur. I can't see Shakur beating him unless, like what Larry's saying, it's not on the up and up. Okay, Larry, let me say this, Frank. We think a lot of these promoters are rival, right? But in terms of some fighters, rival promotion doesn't matter. Certain boxers are promoted and given titles by each promoter. Okay, I'm following what you're saying. We think of them as rivals, as rival promotions. It doesn't matter. Certain boxers are promoted and given titles by each promoter. Okay, I see what you're saying. So they're given titles and then they'll be matched up with kind of like a handshake and I'll see you later type of thing. Like you give me this and I'll give you that. Kind of like bartering, right? You do this for me, I'll do that for you, and we all win in the end. Yeah, I mean that's one way. Yeah, that's probably likely. You remember when Haney beat Loma on Top Rank and then went to Ernst Promotion, beat Beach for their title. Now he's on Golden Boy trying to beat Ryan. Okay, yeah. I mean, well, they all gotta make fights, you know what I'm saying? So Larry again, sometimes the shadow government boxing rules is scored above the actual rules that veto. The shadow government boxing is the betting industry. Oh, okay. Now you're connecting the dots. I see what you're saying. So I wonder in the Matias and Shakur Stevenson match, who would be the favorite? I'm assuming Shakur would be the favorite. So they would want to put their money on Shakur and have him carry, they want the next Floyd Mayweather. I think they're desperate. It's not Tank Davis. I used to think it was Tank Davis, but now we're seeing that he's going to stay in his little bubble. I don't think, he's not going to fight any of these guys. So Shakur Stevenson, maybe he could be the one. Maybe after that performance, his stock takes a hit, and now he can kind of fly under the radar, get more titles, get a bigger fight. Yeah, I see what you're dropping, man. I see what you're kicking, Larry, and that makes a lot of sense. But so William Zepeda, if he wins this, I guess it's an IBF title eliminator, and it puts him in line for, I want to say, Cambozos. For Lomachenko if he were to win. Larry, my man, Shakur and Haney will both be Floyd 2.0 scheme Frank making Latinos bet on the underdog, keep having underdog losing. Yeah, man, we're gonna keep betting that way, right? We're gonna keep getting robbed at the bank, so to speak. Yeah, man, because we're buying the fight and supporting it. We want to see these guys lose, and then they're gonna just keep taking our money. Since Shakur will be the favorite, most of the money will come in on Matias. Also because of Shakur's recent lackluster performance. Since Shakur will be the favorite, most of the money will come in on Matias. Yeah, I see what you're saying. That could possibly be the plan. And then, man, if he beat Matias, then man, I mean, they'll probably put him top 3 pound for pound. Especially with Bud Crawford taking a hit. We don't know who his next opponent is. Yeah, that's a hell of a theory. I mean, and it sounds pretty. It sounds logical. It sounds feasible. But my only problem is I don't see them sacrificing Matias unless what you say, the bigger picture, the bigger industry of it all wants that to happen. Because I always had a problem with this hyping of Matias. He hasn't fought anybody, and it's like, nobody seems anxious to fight him. We haven't seen him really with even a step-up fight. He's been fighting lower-level competition. He's just getting a lot of hype. So he may be a sacrificial lamb in that sense. And I mean, maybe Shakur could beat him. Could possibly just outbox him. And like you said, Matias, maybe he's really not all that. I mean, I always thought Tio had a chance and Haney could possibly beat him. I mean, here's the thing. We don't really know much about Matias. He just went to Matchroom. So I gotta see. But I'm hearing he's fighting Liam Farrell. Story might come up crazy to you, Frank, but I have a lot of proof from what I'm saying. There's a lot to these boxers than people think. Yeah, no, it's not crazy. You don't even really need to prove it. I mean, everything you say makes sense. Having watched boxing, how to follow boxing, how they promote these guys, how these guys move. It's like with Teofimo and Haney. Like we don't even know what Teofimo's gonna do. Haney's gonna fight Ryan. I mean, the next fight should be Haney and Teofimo, but they're not going to fight each other, and they probably have no plans on fighting. They're just going to use each other's name, and nobody's calling for it. And then that a lot of that adds up to, and like Tank Davis and Shakur in the same division, they're 135. They're not going to fight. They're just going to play this game, and they're going to use these politics, and that's how they move. And like you said, they fight a Latino. Latinos bet on them. When they're facing an African American fighter, and then they take their money because they want to see these guys beat, you know. But so Larry, my only question is like, does Zepeda have a chance then? Does he even get the fight? That's my only question. It's like, if we're gonna go along those lines, then it's like, you know, does Zepeda even have a chance? Can Oscar get him the fight, or is that just a way to clout chase for Zepeda and a way to clout chase for Stevenson? Because like I said, I think this fight is just kind of a tune-up fight. It's a showcase for Zepeda to show how impressive. He goes in and just puts a beating on Maxi Hughes, and then if Loma has even a struggle against Cambosos, that's going to make Zepeda look even better. Zepeda becomes put in a position to become a mandatory for one of these guys. So 135 is eating up, man. I heard slight rumors that Teofimo's fighting Artem Barboza next. That is if he doesn't fight Ryan. That's a pretty straightforward fight for Teo. Barboza's ranked number 1. Okay. So is that what Oscar is saying he can get Teo? Because I guess Teo and Oscar were hanging out. So yeah, Larry, man, a lot of what you're saying, maybe Oscar say, man, Teo, I can get you this fight. And then what I could do for you later is get you Ryan. Yeah, man, I see how everything moves. Now, my only question is, so you think you said they're gonna rob Ryan? What if Ryan, I mean, let's imagine that scenario. What if Ryan is competitive and they rob him? Maybe that's the best outcome, right? What if Ryan beats Haney, but they rob him so that really nobody loses? Haney wins, he gets to fight another fight, right? Make more money, and then Ryan gets to fight Teofimo, and because people think he won. I mean, that it all kind of works out, right? And Barboza's a minor league player. If Zepeda fights Shakur, I doubt he will come to win. The only way to do this is give him a massive payoff. I don't think Zepeda will lose on purpose. If the fight is real, Shakur will lose. Okay, if the fight is real, the Zepeda would steamroll Stevenson. I mean, that's if they even fight. But I seen Oscar call him out. To me, I think that's the next logical fight, unless Oscar has something planned, unless he plans to make Loma and Zepeda. If he tries to force that, because he does become a mandatory, it's an eliminator. Or they make it a draw, Frank. Ryan doesn't lose again, and it's still viable. And he gets to keep his title, and there's always money in the rumors. Bam, there you go. But a draw, meaning that Ryan actually beats him, but they just make it a draw. But I don't think Haney would lose all his steam, though. But yeah, I mean, he can still make money, but I think a draw, like, that doesn't help Haney. And basically, to me, Haney's career is over when he doesn't have the O anymore. You know, the O means no losses or no draws. Like, it's all about the O. You know, that's what people pay for. That's what made Floyd Mayweather always had the 0. And like you said, the Latinos always wanted to bet against them, and then he always stole their money. Wouldn't steamroll Stevenson, but I think he would beat Shakur 8-4-7-5. That's if Shakur doesn't dance. I mean, Shakur could easily, not saying outbox Zepeda, but he could easily hit and run. Like, he could do that all night, man. He could do that and make Zepeda look bad. You know, again, guys, like, comment, subscribe, join in. You know, if somebody wants to come and give their opinion, if you think Frank is just talking nonsense, if you think Larry is full of shit, come in and speak your mind, you know? Okay. So yeah, that's the fight. Floyd Schofield is on the docket. I mean, we don't know when he's gonna step up. So yeah, man, this week has been a little slow. I just wanted to come on, feed you Zepeda Stevenson, talk about Ryan not selling. You know, the fight is not selling how they thought it was. It's still trending. Ryan is doing all these podcasts. He's making a hell of a lot of noise on social media. But it seems like people are kind of getting burnt out of Ryan Garcia. But who knows, man? Who knows what else he has next? Shakur doesn't like getting hit. He's not reacting badly to getting hit. He's got good fundamentals, but like serious power and volume. Yeah, and that's going to be the problem for him to keep the payoff, because that's what Zepeda comes to do. It's like the perfect matchup as far as styles. One guy doesn't wants to play tag, and the other guy wants to maul you. Personally, I think Haney is a better fighter than Shakur. No, I can see what you're saying. Shakur is like, I don't know, he's not strong, he's not fast. Like, I don't see anything. I don't see any like Shane Mosley. I don't see any Zab Judah. I don't see any Floyd Mayweather. He's very basic and he's weak. He's weak. He's physically weak. He just doesn't have it. I just don't see it. And like with Haney, at least Haney has the size. He's pillow fisted, but he has the size and he has the, I think, better fundamentals. Like he stays behind a jab. He has a decent right hand. He can throw to the body. He's basic, but basic in a more fundamental way, as you said. Like Shakur will pull straight back. He stays center line, like Tim Bradley tends to say. Yeah, I think of the two. But I don't know. I mean, Shakur, like I said, man, if anybody can remain undefeated, it could be Shakur, just because of his style. He really can he can really run from you all night. He can hit you with the jab and run all night. Like Haney is not as quick on his feet. He doesn't have the quickness that Shakur does as far as getting out of there. And like Tank Davis. So Shakur is probably the best pure boxer out of the bunch. Watching either Haney Shakur fight Andy Cruz, he's the best. Yeah, I think Andy Cruz is the best out of all of them. When we talk about pure boxing, he's more Cuban, but yeah, he can do it all. Now, does he have the heart and the chin? I don't know. Is he a back foot bitch? It seems like he's trying to sit down on his punches, but he would definitely beat all those guys. He might even beat them now. I mean, we'll see. We have to wait a year or maybe two, but I think he can beat him now. I think he's very competitive with them now, and they definitely will not fight that guy. I wonder who will even step up to fight him. You know, it's going to have to be a Mexican to get Andy Cruz over. And that's what's most likely going to have to happen. He's going to have to be fed some UK guys. He's going to have to be fed some Mexicans to get the name more relevant. And you know, those Crips, they're going to always talk about he's not a name, he's not relevant. You know how they move, man. They're not going to give him a chance. I don't really see Cruz as a Crip. I see Latino, only Black American high chest. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, he doesn't fall in there. But I'm saying the Crips, it's just like what they're doing with the David Morrell guy. They're trying to adopt him so they can use it as a piece to get basically, and put it this way, the Crips will use Andy Cruz as a stopgap. Oh, he can't beat Andy Cruz, so he don't need a Shakur fight. If you guys understand what I'm saying, that's another tactic they use. Larry, listen, as I said before, I like Boots as well because he isn't privileged as Haney Shakur, but is actually looking for the best fights. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with Boots and us. But I mean, he hasn't done himself any favors, man. And they're hailing him as great, but we don't know. And the way he's moving, he wanted Mario Barrios, to make himself look good. The rumor is he could be on Canelo's undercard with Cody Crowley. We'll have to wait. Maton, Haney, Shakur, hidden boxers, Usyk styles, killing boxing, boring ass fighters. It's effective. Although boring, it's very effective. They're just good at selling people that it's boxing. See, that's the trick. Is that if you go on social media, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, right? People that cover boxing, follow boxing, they love it. They can't get enough of it. Now us as fans, hardcore fans, we want to see real fights. But it's kind of what they make us sound like is like, oh, we just like rock 'em, sock 'em. We just want to see guys beat their brains in. It's like, no, we want action. You can do both. But they try to paint it. It's hard to get our voices overheard of the guys hooting and hollering and screaming. Is all I'm saying. But I understand what you're saying, Maton. Larry, listen, that's true, Frank. The LBC also adopted exactly because it can be a stopgap. They try to use, it's like what they're doing with Benavidez. Benavidez has all of a sudden they've adopted Benavidez as their best fighter ever, right? But as soon as he loses, you'll see him get tossed to the side like they did with Stephen Fulton. Like, these guys are not fans. They're just fans of race baiting, or want to say they're the sweet science superior. They just basically want to have a it's called, what do you call it? They want to have a superiority complex over sport of boxing. You know, and I noticed that when I listen to these guys talk, they talk about the sweet science. You don't know shit about boxing. You know, that's what they always say. And so to me, you know, I try to say, man, what is it that separates me? What is it that people want to listen to me? And I think it's because, man, I'm a fan and I just try to give you my perspective. I don't try to claim to know more than anybody. I don't try to say I'm an insider. I don't try to say that I know more than the chat. Like Larry Liston, he tells me a lot of things, man. I really just take it all in, man. I appreciate everybody. You know, I think you guys really know boxing. That's why I do it, because I'm like talking to you guys. I don't know, man. Nobody ever joins me on the lives, man. Is it because they're intimidated? Look, man, I just want to talk. If some of you got something to say, you know, jump on, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate everybody here talking some boxing, talking about the fights this week. Well, let me ask you guys, what do you guys think about Floyd Schofield? Is he okay? Is it because he's calling out Shakur? He's calling out Haney. Is he on that level? I don't think he is. I think there's some holes and some weaknesses. And why is he not getting the push? Is it because he's with Oscar? You know, because you know, you would think the Crips, the African Americans, would be all on his dick like they are these other guys, but for some reason he kind of just goes under the radar. Yeah, I kind of think it's because he's with Oscar and he didn't sign with PBC or Eddie Hearn or something. You know, even this Raymond Ford is getting a lot of credit. That's true. They are okay. I never minded Floyd Mayweather's style. Even he at least trade in the pocket, watching Haney jab and grab a hold, score, jump 4 feet in the air from a feint. Yeah, but they love it. See, that's the thing though. These boxing pundits, these media members, they love it. That's the part that you're missing. You really got to go to social media like Twitter, you know, where a lot of these writers are, the scribes as we call them, and they love this. They say that's a sweet science. You don't know what you're looking at. They're saying that we don't know boxing. If you can believe that, it's not a question for me of them being American or what. Not if there's a bunch of Chinese fighters fighting like that. I would that those motherfuckers too. Is that style? Yeah. The ass style. Hate. I think you're. Yeah, maybe. Am I? Well, the way you would know is if I'm popping up in searches. If you type my name in and I don't pop up, it could be. But or if you go onto the live streams, if you go onto like live boxing and see if I'm there, that's one way to know. But sometimes I wonder, man. I don't know. Could be, you know. But I don't know, man. You know, there's a lot of haters out there. We kind of talk about different things. Well, I keep it boxing, but we kind of, you know, veer to the left side about it. You know, try to keep it more street. You know, I talk about things that other people will not talk about. So, I mean, that's kind of my only thing with the boxing thing. You know, I'm gonna call out the politics. I'm gonna say, you know, what's up, Evil Greenie? Well, Evil Greenie found me, man. Like the solid ones, they find me, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people, you know, they hear me and they hear me talking about boxing, and I think they don't know what to say. They're used to like the same 4 fighters being talked about. You know what I mean? Go to most channels, they talk about the same guys daily. And that's another reason that I don't do more shows, is because I can only get on here and talk about Canelo Alvarez for so much. And that's what's funny to me. It's like I get called a Canelo fanboy, and yet I don't even I don't do shows about him unless he's in the news. Like I'm talking about William Zepeda, Stevenson. I mean, that's the crazy thing, bro. The haters talk about him more than I do. Larry List, I heard Rap said he stopped streaming because he wasn't getting the support that he wanted. Not a smart move or Rap to turn on Canelo. All the Mexicans left. Yeah, you know what? But that's what I'm saying. People make their choice. You know, his sidekick. So he's not streaming anymore. I haven't been over there, man. It seemed like it was getting dead. It really seems it's weird. It seems like it just kind of it was dying down. He's getting a lot of views, but like a lot of people were not joining like they used to. And maybe that was because of what you're saying. It's like, you know, I don't hitch my wagons to Canelo Alvarez. I don't hitch my wagon to any boxer, really. I don't hitch my wagon to any particular boxer. And I really try to cover all the entire sport, all the names from from Asia to UK to America to South America. You know, I try to cover all the fighters. Now I have my preference, you know, Mexican boxing, the style. Is it? Oh man. Damn, bro. I wonder why, bro. I wonder what happened. I'll have to look, man. if you put in boxing, I usually go boxing live. I mean, damn, bro, that's kind of disappointing. I don't know, man. We'll have to keep fighting through, man. You know, yeah, I made them crit. Dude, I'd be cooking them, bro, because they want to bash Canelo, but it was crazy as though I don't even like pump Canelo up that much. I just try to really talk about, what's really going on as far as the business, the politics, and you just got to make it make sense, Like, I don't fanboy for Canelo Alvarez. Like, I could be doing 7 streams a day talking about Canelo Alvarez, but I just, it's not entertaining for me. I want to talk about the entire sport. It's going to get heated with the end of the month because we got we got the Keith Thurman. We got the Keith Thurman fight. We got Isaac Cruz, Rolly Romero. We got that fight. Oscar Valdez, Inicia Estrada. So we got some. It's gonna get pretty interesting coming up, man. But as far as I don't think so, man. I mean, I see myself here. I have my premium account. I do this is my channel. I don't have my account on YouTube with that. But I'm coming up. I don't know. You guys found me. Hopefully you guys turn the notifications on. Like, comment, subscribe. I dropped the link if anybody wants to hop on. Rapstar is still up. He said he got demonetized. Oh shit, what? Oh, because he's on another channel. That's right. Damn, that's crazy, bro. Man, I wonder what happened. That's crazy. He got demonetized. What happened? Was he doing what happened? Rap didn't turn on Canelo Larry to cut. He just wasn't going to get on knees like you. Well, Jay Will, I've seen you before. They try to make Frankie switch up, but Frankie was fuck you. Yes, right, fool. I don't switch up for nobody. Bunch of rap star haters, there's no loyalty here at Frank Bay. Whether there's no loyalty, look, people listen to who they want to listen to. You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna tell you what I think. I don't have no agenda. Like the other guys, they do the interviews. They get the guests. They have the Rick Glazers on. Like, I'm not gonna do that here on my channel. Not that even I could, but even that I want to. You know what I'm saying? I want to just talk boxing with the people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have any alliances with the channel, with a certain person. You know what I mean? If you fuck with me, I fuck with you. And it is what it is. Damn, so he lied on Punch Stream. He said he stopped because he wasn't getting no support, but now saying he's demonetized. Well, what's going on, man? It's a lot of shit going on here, huh? We still like rap. We not telling me on the bag. It's just a weird situation. Yeah, no, man. I mean, I go there. I'll talk to him. I just, like I said, man, like I can only talk about Canelo so much. I can only talk about certain things so much. Like I just want to talk about certain things that come up. Like I'm not gonna talk about Canelo and Ryan all week. It just would get dull and boring. You know what I mean? So, I just waited. I'm gonna probably do some more streams because there's gonna be more boxing coming up. Finally PBC's gonna have a card. Yeah, Jay Willie, I don't know. You sound like you're an actual somebody that we know. Somebody you're just on a different account. Because the people in here, and me, so you know us from both sides. So maybe you're an insider. You know what I mean? Maybe you're a reporter. I get a lot of those. But look, as long as you can still search me, as long as you can find my name, I pop in the searches, and I am not shadowed. But you never know, man. A lot of times in the boxing thing, it's just about the rankings. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these guys are low on the boxing rankings, but boxing is really a niche. So you're not really gonna get pushed. You would have to be doing like more overall sports coverage, like MMA, I guess. And people that search boxing is like a small minority. That's why we see a lot like Jay Will. He knows I'm here. That's what they know me from, rap or whatever. But one thing about rap, it's free smoke. You know what I'm saying? It's free smoke. That's what I do here. It's free smoke. Maybe I have to censor to get pushed higher, but that's not what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I want everybody to come in and say their opinions, even my haters. And I'm definitely biased. I think nobody would say anybody who says they're not biased is lying, bro. We all have biases. You're right with Tibla is classic, Frank. I laughed at that shit for some time. Tip about his boxing takes are crazy. Yeah, Tip is a troll. He's definitely a troll, bro. And he watches this show. Maybe that's who Jay Will is. I think it might be him. He has different accounts though, but he's definitely a troll. But I know he listens. I know he watches because he noticed when I wasn't around. And they always say, they go, Frank, what happened? Where you been? They think I like scared or whatever. I said, nah, bro. Sometimes there's just nothing to talk about. Like things get slow. Like this week is slow. I've been wanting to come on and talk boxing, but it just, like I said, I get accused of being a Canelo fanboy, but I'm like, dude, I can only talk about Canelo Alvarez and Ryan Garcia for so long. You know what I mean? And then now I'm talking to the chat. I'm talking about myself. So, you know, I would like to, you know, if anybody wants to hop on. But I'll just keep going. Probably can go for a little bit longer. Okay, I think we got somebody. Rippler. Hello. What's up, bro? What's cracking?
What are you cooking on?
Just talking about Zepeda and Hughes, if you're interested in that. Just talking about that fight.
Yeah, I think it's a showcase fight for Zepeda. He needs to beat the shit out of Hughes so he can get a. I think he has his pick of going with whatever belt that he wants to fight, right? Like he could go the IBF route, he could go the WBA route, he could go the WBO route. I think he's like rated number 1 like in all of them.
Yeah. That's what I heard. But I think this is actually definitely an IBF title eliminator.
Right. Who's fighting? Who has that belt? Lomachenko's fighting versus somebody
Cambozo.
for the vacant one, right?
Yeah, Cambozo. Yeah.
So it's probably gonna be Lomachenko now.
Yeah, but Oscar, I guess, made a short, or he did a Instagram post calling out Shakur Stevenson.
I don't think that's a smart move. I think it's better just to go get Lomachenko because Lomachenko is like a bigger name, I think, than Shakur, and he's up there in age too. So, I mean, it's a better win too. Like if this Shakur dude, like he brings nothing to the table. Like if you beat him, like yeah, you get credit and shit from the hardcore, but no one knows his fucking name. Like it's just the high risk, low reward fight if they go with the Shakur route.
That's an interesting point. I didn't even think about that. It's like, yeah, beating Lomachenko would be a better win because you could say I beat him, and that's the guy who beat Haney. You can always argue that Loma beat Haney, and you beat a legend. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
That's a Hall of Famer right there. The first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, who would you rather have, Shakur or a legend?
Right. No, yeah, I think they should go the Lomachenko route. If I was managing Zepeda, that's what I would tell him. Like, fuck that.
Yeah,
fight.
But my only thing is, I think that I don't think Top Rank would want to do that. I don't think they'd want to sacrifice Loma to Zepeda. I think they would rather push for a Navarrete.
They could go for a purse bid, though, can't they?
I mean, I guess you could, but I don't think Oscar would want to do that. Like, you don't want to take short money for Zepeda. You know what I mean? I think.
Yeah, but the thing is with the Shakur fight, dude. The thing with the Shakur fight, dude, is that it's a lose situation no matter what. Because with Shakur, you have to like beat the dog shit out of him to get the win. Because if it's close, like literally beat the dog shit out of him, like a Maidana Broner type beating. Like that's the type of shit that you would have to inflict on him just to get the win. Because anything other than that, the judges are gonna go with Shakur. So.
No, you're right. But I mean, who else are you gonna fight? You know, it's Zepeda. Well, that's what Oscar said. So I hear what you're saying about Loma. I can't see it happening though. I can't see Top Rank making that fight. I think they'd rather make a Navarrete Loma unification if it all plays out right. Or just sacrifice Loma to Stevenson, you know, because it's all in house. So yeah, I just don't think Top Rank will do that. You know how the politics goes, man. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I think you make the best point, but just the politics, you know, that's why it's politics, because it's like well, what's reasonable? What makes the most sense? But that's what politics is, right? It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't think Shakur is probably gonna take that fight anyways, because I think Navarrete is fighting for a belt too, isn't he? Versus some Will?
Yeah,
Not Wilson, some other dude. I forgot
Bochick
his name.
or Renchick or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's the route Top Rank probably gonna go, because Zepeda, or even if the other dude gets the win, they're probably gonna make Shakur fight that guy, because it looks like Shakur's staying on Top Rank right now, I guess.
Well, they said this is his last fight with Top Rank. That's what they said.
But
But you never know
that's what they
behind the
said. Yeah, that's what
yeah.
they said. But Steve Kim was talking about that he doesn't think Shakur's gonna leave, and he's like an insider, so I'll take his word for
Yeah.
it that he's gonna stay.
A lot of time, I think Tiafimo said that one time. Oh, this is my last fight, and then after the fight, oh no, I extended them with 3 fights. Like,
Yeah,
I think they kind of just say these things to get the crowd like, oh, this is last fight I want's gonna happen, and then at the end, oh, he extended. Like, what? I just got suckered.
probably a negotiation tactic too. Like, oh no, I'm gonna leave, and they're like, oh no, we're gonna give you a little bit more money. They're like, oh, all right, okay. Probably what it is too.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he threatened to retire just as a negotiating tool because maybe they were going to give him a hard fight, and then I think they probably work something out. And after the fight's over, he'll announce it. Oh, I just resigned, re-up, and that's the same old. They just play everybody, man. Kind of the rumors, because everybody gets bites on the rumors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Oscar needs to start like making deals with these organizations, because they look like they all favor Top Rank. Top Rank has all the lightweights right there. Their fighters are all fighting for the belt over there. And
Well, they
the,
do.
uh,
You're right.
yeah, that's what I'm
Well,
saying. Oscar doesn't have like any pull, I guess, or something, because the Pedas didn't fight for a belt a while ago.
say that again.
I'm saying Zepeda should have fought for a belt a while ago.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Well, yeah, he's been ranked. He's been getting ranked, but there hasn't really been an opportunity until Devin Haney vacated all the belts. But it is kind of crazy how now Loma, he loses and gets a title shot. Cambosos loses, gets a title shot.
Yeah.
Navarrete had a draw, and then Higo gets a title shot. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm
man.
saying. That's what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying. All these fighters leapfrog Zepeda on the rankings. That's what I'm saying. I think they pay them off and shit. But I think Oscar doesn't want to, or he doesn't have the money or whatever to like get favoritism, right?
Or maybe Oscar's playing 4D chess. He says, you know what, let these guys go for the vacant titles, and then like what you said earlier, we're gonna choose the route that we want to go.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like I think people underestimate how Oscar De La Hoya moves. I think people like he plays the fool, if that makes sense. Like he plays the buffoon.
Yeah, but I mean, you can say what you want about him, but his fighters have been involved and are going to be involved in some of the biggest fights this year. With you got Ryan fighting Haney. That's one of the biggest, most talked about fights, right? And then you have Munguia and Canelo. So he's still doing his thing. He still knows how to scout talent too. That's his specialty. He knows
Yeah, I
how
heard
to.
he just signed some Librate or some new young phenom that everybody's talking about. He just signed a new guy. He has a venue in Vegas opening up to do like local shows. So Oscar's moving and wiggling,
No, he knows how to build up fighters. That's the thing. Like the PBC fools over there, they don't know how to build up fucking fighters. All those fighters, they backed them from De La Hoya, right? Golden Boy.
Yeah,
And
Oscar built Ryan Garcia. He built Keith Thurman. He built those guys. He made them champions.
they never made anybody. Like the closest thing I think you could say is maybe Tank, something like that. But even then, that's like pathetic, because there's like one fighter out of all the fucking guys they've ever had. Like, come on.
Yeah, but the important thing about building a fighter, building a promotional company is always having young talent. Like, because your guys are gonna get old and get beat, you know. So you always have to have new people coming up. So like, if you look at Top Rank, they have Emiliano Vargas, Raymond Murataya, and Oscar has Picasso. He has who else? Floyd Schofield. What do you think about? Do you follow that Floyd Schofield guy, the young Crip?
I've seen him fight before. Pretty decent, I guess. So
Is he decent? You think
he's all right.
Is he on the Haney, Shakur, and Tank Davis level?
I think it's too early to tell, to be honest.
Well, those are the guys he's calling out. You know what I mean? He's calling out all the other African American fighters. You know, because they always kind of have that, like, who can talk the most shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, yeah, it's just kind of like how they roll. You know, like, but he hasn't fought anybody. He's fighting literally tomato cans, like steel, and he's talking the most shit.
I think he's way younger than the Messi, though, like 22 or something.
Yeah, but that what I'm saying is he's talking about him. He's like calling him out. So if you're calling him out, you need to be ready. That's all I'm saying.
True, but that's what a lot of these Crips do, though. They just talk shit so they can stay in the headlines, that they can become a topic of conversation. They don't have any intent to actually fight these dudes.
Well, yeah, we know that they don't have any intent. You know, he's just gonna feed on cans, and he's gonna he's gonna get his Pedraza. You know, like, I think he was supposed to fight Jojo Diaz. I think he was calling out Jojo Diaz. Like, if you're calling out Shakur Stevenson, what are you doing calling out Jojo Diaz? Like, hey, Shakur, fight me. You know what? But I'm gonna go fight Jojo. Like, it's just like, why don't people see how they move? Like, it's just crazy.
They get a pass. They get a pass for not fighting each other. Remember, they made a whole commotion about Canelo saying that he was gonna fight Mexicans, right? But then you have Haney and Shakur and Tank, and these guys have never fought each other ever, and they've been like champions. They've been steady champions for a while too.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. And then you think really, so all these guys can just fight for years side by side, huh?
You're cutting out, Frank.
Am I cutting out? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. These guys that they fight side by side for years, they call them the best, and then you got a guy like William Zepede, and he has to fight everybody. Like, he'll probably fight all these guys before they fight each other. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's crazy.
But yeah, that's the thing that they call Ryan a joke and an Instagram star and whatever. But he's been fighting a better competition between all of them now. He's actually fighting them. He's the only one fighting them each other. These other fools don't fight each other. Haney hasn't fought Tank. They haven't fought Stevenson, etc.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that's why I said earlier. I don't know if you were listening earlier, but I said, say what you want about Ryan Garcia, but he's fighting the fights. I know everybody hates Ryan, right? Everybody hates Ryan, but he's fighting the fight. He's fighting they're pound for pound. He's fighting Tank Davis and he's fighting Devin Haney. He's fighting those guys.
And that's another thing too. That's another thing. He knows how to make a name for himself. He's got the whole internet talking right now. Everybody's waiting to see that fight now. Before, like these fucking Crips, they don't know how to sell fights. They don't know how to make a character or nothing. So you got Haney and fucking Crawford, not Crawford. Yeah, Crawford too. Like who else? Shakur. Like, these motherfuckers don't know how to make a name for themselves. They don't want to get on the cameras. They don't want to do any work. They just want to get all the acclaim, right? But not doing anything.
I think it's more like they have like two modes. It's like, I'm gonna be a buffoon, I'm gonna be a clown, or I'm gonna be too cool for school. Like Haney with the Lokes, and he wears didn't he wear like a fucking like cholo outfit to against Regis or something like that? He had Lokes in like a derby or like a flannel or some shit. It was like real hood, real gangster,
I don't even remember, but yeah, these motherfuckers don't know how to sell a fight. It comes off as cringy.
Yeah, like Shakur, when he was on a podcast and he's like, oh yeah, my youngins was in the bathroom and they was talking about, like, dude, I couldn't even understand him. He was making no sense. He wasn't, like, he didn't talk about his fights at all. Like I think you're right. I think they kind of have a thing about they don't want to talk about the fights. They kind of want
No,
to go ahead.
yeah, I'm just saying like they don't know how to promote fights. That's why you have um, Shakur Stevenson claiming that he's part Puerto Rican and try to get some fan base or some shit because he don't even know what to do. Then he can't even do that right. Like he doesn't even try to speak a little bit Spanish or something, nothing. These fools are stupid.
Why do you say my dad's Puerto Rican, the one I never met? Like that made a whole lot of sense. But yeah, especially like this fight, like one of the things that I thought about is like, does anybody even care? Does anybody even because like Ryan's selling to all these kids and he's selling to all these like young adults. Like, they don't know who Devin Haney is. You can't tell me they know who Devin Haney is.
Nope.
All they know is he's just some black. Ryan's fighting another black guy. I really think that's how they look at it.
All right. Like no one knows who these fools are. Like he's doing. Haney needs to give him props and shit because he's the one selling him fight. He's the one like making him a name for him.
Did you hear Ryan say he said that he put out a tweet that he knows Devin Haney sucks dick and he can prove it?
I saw that fucking
You
tweet.
saw that?
Yeah. Bill Haney was fucking mad. You saw what he returned? He's like,
Oh yeah, he came back this ungrateful piece of shit. His mom should have swallowed him or something like that.
yes.
Nasty. That's just sick, man. These guys are going. They're going all out, huh?
Yeah. That press conference when he said he had that nappy hair, and then Haney tried to
nappy head.
That's racism. The racism.
He said, "You're a nappy head."
Nappy head.
That was like the comeback of the year, and then everybody said, "Oh, that's racist." But Ryan's the only one selling him, man. He's going all. Do you think he's trolling, or is he think he's crazy?
I think he's on drugs or something. To be honest, with some of the shit that he's
drugs.
Yeah,
they said he's getting drug tested.
Is he?
The data testing. Devin Haney's claiming he just got tested. Ryan's saying he's getting tested, so he's not on drugs, dude. He's not on drugs.
You saw that interview he did with that annoying blonde lady?
Oh yeah. I seen a part of it. He's bragging about how rich he is.
Yeah, well, he was actually in rabbit there too. Like he took off her shoe and shit mid conversation. Yeah, like he untied her shoe, man. Like he took it out.
What a fucking wacko. Dude, I think he's just a goofball. I really think, I don't think he's what would you say? Like, he's not crazy. You think he's crazy?
No, I definitely think there's something wrong with him. But I mean, if he's trolling, then he's doing a hell of a job with it because it's like some Andy Kaufman shit.
Oh yeah. You gotta tell people who Andy Kaufman is. I don't think a lot of people know who Andy Kaufman is. And why did you say that?
I mean, they could just watch that movie, Man on the Moon.
Okay. So it's like it's just a guy playing a character?
Yeah. He's like plays a character where he's trolling and shit.
So Ryan Garcia is not really Ryan Garcia. It's a character, Ryan Garcia.
Right.
But how do you pull that off though? Because like boxing is not something you can play around with. Like you can't pretend to be a boxer. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but that's why a lot of people don't think that he's gonna win. They think that he's slacking off or whatever. But I mean, we're gonna find out. Cause like Hopkins said, that you get found out in the ring, right? So,
right. Yeah, I think it's all BS to promote the fight. But one thing they're saying is that the tickets aren't selling. You believe that?
Well, the thing is that they put them real expensive, so they're not gonna sell that fast a month before the fight. I think once like a week away from the fight, it'll probably be packed. I think so. Because they also they will lower it the prices by the time it's fight week.
Right. My thing, what I said was what I said earlier. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe. The Hawker, Larry, them just getting some shouts out, Ripper. Some people joined this. The Genius, APP Vato, even Alonzo, hating ass. I don't know if he's hating or he's just a troll. I don't know. Um, what I said earlier was okay. So the like they're targeting like a younger demographic, like younger fans, right? But those people don't spend money. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I don't know how old you are. I mean, I'm not gonna ask you how old you are. I'm just assuming you're an older. You're not. You're older. You've been watching boxing a while, like me. Like I don't. You don't sound old, so I'm not saying you're old, but you're not like or you're not young. I guess what I'm saying, like a teenager, right?
Right. Right. Of course.
So like when you go out, like basically what I'm saying, like the people they're targeting don't spend money on fights.
No, well, they
Like
don't.
they're
'Cause, yeah.
like when
Depending
you
on somebody
you
else,
go, yeah, when you go, like you probably have a full-time job, you have a career. When you go, like you want to eat good, you want to go to dinner, you want to buy ringside seats, you're gonna spend money, right?
of course.
Yeah, like they're targeting the people that don't do that. Like they're just fucking TikTokers and people on Twitter, like all these kind of like younger people, but they don't know who Devin Haney is. They're not boxing fans. That's ultimately what I'm saying. These people don't spend money on boxing, and I think
Yeah.
that's why the fight's not selling.
What I've noticed though is that Ryan has appealed somewhat more than just because you know how he just appealed to the little tweens and like 12, 13 year olds, but now he's starting to appeal to more people though because he's been talking about a lot of the pedophile elite shit. So like people in their 20s are gonna. I've seen a whole bunch of
Yeah, you know what?
start conversations about that. They started talking about it on like TikTok and Twitter. So people are.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. More people are in tune to who he is and shit, and they're more interested in the fight now. So that's why I think that it will sell out eventually, like on Fight Week. The thing is that they put the prices too high for people. They put the prices way too high in like the most expensive city in America, which is New York. So that's why people are not gonna buy the ticket as fast as they thought they would.
facts. Yeah, and I know what you're saying. I think you made a good point because when you were saying that, what came to my mind, I think you're right. He's tapped into like Jake Paul's audience. So like Jake Paul, he sells out when he fights. I think he fought in New York and he sold out. You know what I'm saying? But the same thing happened. Like people thought he wasn't doing well, but he sold out late. And I think it's because what you're saying is more like it's a not older crowd, but it's like a Jake Paul crowd, the younger 20s, early 18, 19, and those people they kind of show up late, and then they fill up the arena. But I think you're right. He tapped in a different crowd, but they will end up filling up the arena. It's just gonna be a little bit later.
No, yeah, because he definitely tapped into the conspiracy people's demographic too. Because now everybody's talking about all the stuff that he's talking about, the Bohemian Grove and all that shit. That's a topic
Yeah.
of conversation that they're having right now. I've seen TikTok and Twitter accounts talking about breaking it down, posting videos about that stuff. So I think he generated a lot of support from these people because they think that he's spitting the truth, right? That he's like exposing the elites and this and that. So he generated a lot of. So he generated a lot of.
Like,
What?
go ahead.
No, what was that?
No. I know what you're saying. He's a white knight. He's like
Yeah.
a savior because
Yeah,
someone
that's
made
how
an
they
interesting point. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying that's how they view him right now, like the white knight against the darkness or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. How like draining the swamp, exposing the powerful elite. Like that's such a savvy move because it's like you're identifying with everybody, the little guy, and then everybody gets behind you. Because somebody said was like it wasn't by coincidence that he rode in on a white horse.
The white horse.
Yeah, and that's very symbolic of riding on a white horse. It's like the white knight, a savior coming to conquer, And yeah, Larry's saying it's like it pits him good versus evil. So he's really selling this shit, and people are really eating it up. But
Yeah.
also Larry said he goes,
Did
let me
you
just
see?
finish it. Go ahead.
All right. I was gonna say, did you see where that post where Ryan's like, "I'm gonna fight Haney deer"? Maybe
Oh
like
yeah,
2 years.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You had Evander Holyfield in the comment section
Oh
with the eyes and
shit.
shit.
Dude, he's just tapping into everything, huh?
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like everybody's tuning into this fight now because before nobody was talking about it, but now
They
everybody's
weren't.
interested.
They
So
weren't. Dude, I
that's
thought
what
it
I'm
would
saying.
do like 300, 400,000.
I don't think it's on pay-per-view though.
It is. It's on pay-per-view.
Oh, they changed it
I
because
No, they didn't change it. They just announced it like later. They just didn't announce it right away. It was always on the zone, but now it's definitely pay-per-view.
that's a smart move on their part. Then
You know what's funny though is like all the boxing heads, and that's why I said we're older heads, bro. Nobody, I'm not calling anybody old. I'm not. Ripper's definitely not old. I could tell, but I'm saying I think we're older heads. Can I say that? Pause.
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like we look at boxing, everybody's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he's doing this," but we sound like old guys, right? Like, "Oh my god, what the fuck? This is awful." And it's like, bro, he's doing something nobody's done before. He's tapping into a whole nother. Like, look, Mike Tyson's fighting Jake Paul. Why is nobody getting on Mike Tyson? Like, if you want to bag on anybody, bag on Mike Tyson for selling his ass to the Paul brothers. Like, bro, he's
That's
selling out boxing more than Ryan is.
That's just gonna flop too. I don't think anybody's gonna watch that. Everybody knows that motherfucker's like 60 years old.
Bro, it's not on pay-per-view though. It's on Netflix. You're just gonna have to subscribe. It's gonna be massive.
Oh, that's true. I forgot it was on Netflix.
Yeah, bro, it's not on pay-per-view. Not that you're wrong. I'm not trying to dish you, but I'm saying there's a reason. I think it was on pay-per-view, but the fact that it's on Netflix, it's gonna be like massive, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought it was
But
gonna be on pay-per-view. Yeah, you're right. It was on Netflix now. Kind of weird that Netflix is that's the first sport that they're going live with is boxing.
bro, boxing is the first and last sport. It's the best sport in the world. Think about it. It's the easiest thing to do. Why do you think the Saudis did it? They did Formula One, they did soccer, but they're doing boxing the most because it's like the easiest thing to do, right? Like, what's the easiest thing to sell? Two motherfuckers fighting. You don't really got to do much, do you?
Nope.
And boxing's so corrupt, they're going to sanction Mike Tyson. That's how corrupt that shit is.
Oh, that's true. They're gonna give him the green light to go ahead. Right?
Yeah, because they were talking about it was going to be an exhibition, it was going to be headgear, and they're like, nope, it's going to be real.
Yeah, you could get away with anything if you have enough money. Because I remember the Margarito rematch with I think Cotto. He couldn't see out of one eye, but the doctors just let him go, just so they can make that fight happen.
Oh yeah, the Saudis are going to pay for Manny Pacquiao over there. Bro, Mike Tyson, boxing is like the king of king sports, bro. Like everybody says it's dying, but I think it's just changing, bro. Like what Ryan is doing is rubbing people. You're like the first person that I've heard agree with it. That likes. Well, it doesn't seem like you like it, but you understand. Like you understand what he's doing.
What, the Tyson fight?
No, what Ryan is doing.
Oh, well, Ryan, right? Yeah. Well, yeah, because Ryan knows that that he needs not a attraction, right? That fool's not gonna help you sell fight or do shit. So he needs to carry the promotion on his back.
Facts, man. Because I didn't think it was gonna do very well, but all of a sudden, man, this whole thing has just it just skyrocketed. Like Ryan has just gone through the roof. He's literally gone through the roof, bro. He's literally everywhere now.
I watched the interview he did with the blonde lady. He was saying that he was gonna make at least $50 million for the Haney fight.
Yeah,
so he knows.
dude.
He knows what the extra pay-per-view stuff he's gonna make way more bank too.
And that dumbass white chick, like she seems kind of ditzy, right? Like she's kind of like like goof, like she doesn't know. anything. But dude, she did hella interviews. She did interview with like Drake. Like she's pretty big in that community, you know. Like he's
Yeah.
doing some wild shit, man. Dude, he's next level right now, bro. Like you can hate on him, but you have to be like, damn, he's really doing it.
He said he's gonna do something with Kanye too. I think he's gonna do a podcast with Kanye.
Yeah.
So imagine how the fucking numbers that's gonna do.
Imagine if Kanye West in New York box out Ryan Garcia. Like Eminem walked out Bud Crawford, but imagine weird ass Kanye West rocking out Ryan Garcia. The Pauls are there. Fucking imagine if Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are there, you know, because they're talking shit. Everybody's talking shit. Haney signed with Paul, so they could possibly be there as guests. You know what I mean? Like you never know, man, what's going on in this boxing shit now. Like, yeah, man, he's really just crossed over, bro. He's really doing a whole bunch of shit.
He's probably one of the most Googled celebrities right now, probably.
Yeah, he is, bro. He's trending. You know what I mean? It's not just sports. It's not just boxing. It's like he's fucking trending worldwide now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I didn't think it would be that big.
Yeah, when it comes to marketing, you gotta give Ryan his respect on that because he knows how to get people talking. It kind of reminds me of like, you remember that rapper 6ix9ine?
Oh yeah. Tekashi 6ix9ine. Yep.
Like when he was coming up, that's all everybody would talk about. Like and like when his prime, like when he was doing all the shit, he would do something crazy every day, and then like
Yeah.
people would talk about. This is exactly the same thing, kind of like with Ryan, right?
Dude, you just hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what it's gonna be. Ryan 6ix9ine. This motherfucker's gonna get cornrows. He's gonna get fucking dye his hair, fucking tattoo the side of his face. Bro, you hit the nail on the head with that shit. Yeah, I forgot all about 6ix9ine. Tekashi. You know, because like most boxers, like they do crazy shit, but it's more like sometimes it's criminal. You know, they do like Tyson went to jail. Who else went to jail? Like Oscar did his shit, but he's going like the fucking he's going with like this conspiracy route. Go ahead, what?
Mayweather went to jail.
Yeah. So like that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Mayweather, Pacquiao. Did Pacquiao do anything crazy? He just fucking like.
Nah, he was just cheating and shit. That was his his controversies, right? Oh, that one time.
Politics. He got into politics.
That one time he said that gays shouldn't live. Or something
Oh
like that.
yeah. He went crazy for a little bit. Yeah, he was gonna get canceled, right? He got into politics and all that.
Right.
But so Ryan, but like he's not a gangster. That's what I said. Ryan's not like a tough dude. He's not like a criminal. This is his lane. Like with the white boys getting all crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like this is his lane. Like you wouldn't believe like Ryan beating up his baby mama or like getting caught with drugs or a gun. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's just like going crazy talking about the conspiracy, global elite. You know, he's really on the save the children. But you know, the biggest thing that he's doing, he's talking with all these like internet celebrities. Like what you said, he's talking with this girl.
Yeah, that's the one thing that he's smart too. That these other crip fighters don't do. They don't network correctly. They don't link up and do with the content with these guys to get their name out there.
Yeah, man, they do, but it's just more in a like hip hop lane.
Well, yeah, with the Diddy and shit, right?
Yeah, like the Breakfast Club or like it's just more like in the music. It's like mixed with like rappers or athletes. And see, that's what you said earlier. And I think, yeah, I'm gonna start hammering this point home. Is like Ryan is not aligning himself like what you're saying, what they do with like kind of hip hop culture. He's going into a whole nother stratosphere with a far larger reach because he's in like who everybody's in that conspiracy, save the children stuff, right? Like black, white, African, South American, everybody. Like he's reaching the entire world, right?
Right.
With like
Yeah.
hip hop, American culture, you're just in that lane.
It's a small circle over there because there's not that
Right.
much. It's just American thing. With Ryan's doing, he's doing something global.
Global, yeah, man, that's what's up, Ripper. That's what's up, man. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm glad it's getting late, man. But I appreciate you hopping on, man. Don't be a stranger, fool. When's the best time that you go on? Because I be going late because it's all really time that I got for now. But I'm gonna start going on earlier. Hopefully you'll be able to join.
Yeah. I'll see if I could jump on next time when you go live.
Well, I'm gonna try to this week. I'm probably gonna do something Sunday afternoon. But as the fights, you know, the end of the month are Valdez and Tim Zoo. So I'm gonna probably do some more streams during that week leading up to it.
I forgot about that fight. Forgot about that Tim Zoo and the Thurman. And
Yeah, it's
Pitbull and Rolly, right?
Salute everybody. Yeah, it's kind of slow right now. It's just Zepeda and Hughes, which is not very big, but you know, if he wins this, it's Stevenson. But yeah, man, next week I don't know if there's anything going on next week. I think it's just Chon Zepeda versus some UK guy I have to look at. So next week is not much. It'll be kind of slow unless something happens. But at the end of the month, yeah, man, don't be a stranger, bro. I'm gonna probably be doing a few more lives. So I try to go on earlier. So whenever you see it, man, feel free to jump on, man. It was good. You dropped some definite things that I'm thinking about now. All right, man. But salute Ripper. Let me just get some shout outs. Jay Will, Lobitos, Hawker. Who else? If I miss anybody, want to thank everybody. Like, subscribe, comment. Kind of a late night short stream, just previewing the Zepeda. I think he's gonna steamroll, and hopefully after this he gets his title shot. So Ryan doing his crazy thing. Canelo tickets will go on sale. Some bigger announcements with the Tank Davis, the Benavidez announcement will probably be coming up. What Crawford does next should be become announced. And then, like I said, at the end of the month, we have Keith Thurman, Tim Zoo, Rolly Romero, Isaac Cruz, Oscar Valdez, Liam Wilson, Sinicia Estrada versus Coste Value, and Meritaya and Delgado. So it's going to start getting heated up. Check out my other videos, like, comment, subscribe. I'm doing a hypothetical March Madness tournament. You know, I put up a video with who would win between Beterbiev, Canelo, Bivol, and those four. I mean, if I have it, I did not post it. Anyway, check it out. Drop your comments. Who would win between Bivol, Beterbiev, Canelo Alvarez, and David Benavidez? I have some other hypotheticals for March Madness. And again, tune in to Zepeda Hughes. And man, just let me know what you guys think. What else you guys want to talk about? I always appreciate everybody dropping by. Always take into what you guys say, because that's what really matters, you know? Otherwise, I'd be talking to myself. But it's really late. Gotta tune in, man. Just want to appreciate everybody dropping in, and we out, fellas. Tune in next time. Hit the notification. And yeah, man. Tune in. Thank you, everybody who joined. We're just gonna go out easy, man. We're just gonna drop the outro and we're out. Thank you.
What are you talking about? Huh?
What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know?